Hey folks, welcome to another segment of Yay or Nay. For this one, we're going to talk about collection titles. In other words, when a game company decides, hey, let's take one of our best franchises and put all the games together into one collection. Or when a game company decides, let's take some of our best titles and slap them together into one collection. Now, the thing I like about these is, well, for example, I like having multiple options when it comes to like retro gaming and whatnot. And these collections are, one of the great things is that they're multi-plat, so they're not like exclusive to one system or platform or anything. And cat's rubbing my legs, and now he's going through my legs. Anyway, for example, I feel like you don't see a lot of these that much anymore. Like, I feel like you really saw them during the 6th gen, which I'll get to more on that in a minute. But I take this one, for example, the SNK Arcade Classics for the PS2, which obviously it's on other systems, but I have the PS2 version. But, you know, this has, like, Metal Slug, Samurai Showdown, King of the Monsters, Fatal Fury, Shock Troopers, which, God, I think I first played that in a pizza parlor like 10 or 15 years ago, but it's a really good game. And some of the other titles that I have, like, which are on different systems, Capcom Classics Collection, which I also have the sequel, but I let my brother borrow it, and I think he still has it. Unfortunately, I think that one is better than this one, because there's a lot better games on it, or that's just my opinion. And we have the Midway one, which, damn GameStop stickers. I want to get the second one to this, too, because it's got, like, Mortal Kombat games on it. Never got around to getting that. Then we have the Taito collections, which a lot of these I would just randomly come across. I think I found this one in FYE. And now a lot of people, when it comes to Taito, they think of like Space Invaders and like Bubble Bobble. But there was a lot of other games they made that were pretty cool. There's actually a game on here that I had never heard of until I had played this. It was called, which this was like 12 years ago. It was a game called The Ninja Kids, which I don't think there's a picture of it on here. No, but it's basically like a Ninja Turtles knockoff, except the characters you play as are like, and not just the characters, but the characters in the game in general. They look like Muppets. Hold on, maybe I can find a picture in here. But it's actually a really good game, though. Yeah, there's definitely no picture in here. And random as hell, I have the sequel on PlayStation 2. This one, I just randomly came, I think it was at GameStop, because I was like, when the hell did, I didn't even know this company was still around. It was a Data East collection, and again, the damn GameStop stickers. But Data East made some really good games back in the day. Like, the one I'm most familiar with was Caveman Ninja, which is actually a picture of it on there. Or as it was called on, like, Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis, Joe and Mac. But yeah, I feel like they don't make too many of those anymore, which is okay, I guess, but I mean, it wouldn't be okay to see them come back, but I still like the other types of collections like this. For example, the Mega Man collections, which I have the first one too. And part of the reason I went back and bought these was because, well, now there's another cat in here. Well, when, there's a lot of cool little challenges in these games. These new Mega Man titles, like whatever the hell you want to call them, collections. Like for example, let's say you're the 7th game. You have to fight all 8 bosses in under 5 minutes. Like, and you get like not an achievement, but like a medal or something. If you get a certain number of them, you get achievements or trophies or whatever. Now the cat's trying to jump on the bed. Here he comes. Really, cat? Actually, come to think of it, that's the only one of them that hasn't been in one of my videos yet, so congratulations. Alright, back to the challenges. Another example would be like, you go through a certain parts of the levels, like for example in the 8th game, you play part of Clown Man's level, and then you play part of Sword Man's level, and so on. And the other thing is, I've talked about this before, I'm a very optimistic person, so, like, another reason I bought these games was because, like, I was like, well, I'll do whatever I can to keep the spirit of Mega Man alive. And I know other people bought these games too, so it's like, hey, look what happened. We're getting Mega Man 11. I mean, I'm not saying that's the whole reason, but I do think it is kind of part of it. Now, I got a strong feeling they'll probably make one for Mega Man X, which, to be perfectly honest, I like Mega Man X a little bit better than Mega Man, so if that happens, I might get them. I don't know. It depends. Chances are I probably will. But I wish other companies would do something would do these. Like, Capcom, we obviously see a lot of it with, I don't know if Nintendo would necessarily do it because we just have the what the hell do you call them? The mini consoles. That's kind of the same thing. It's not, but even if whether it's like a collection like this or a collection like this, I'd love to see more companies do them. Especially, even though they pretty much suck nowadays, Konami. Because, my God, if Konami did that, made these, they'd make a killing. Like, if they made a collection title like this with just some of their best titles, because we've never even seen one of these from Konami. Like, I mean, hell, we've seen 2 from Capcom, 2 from Taito, to my knowledge, 1 from Data East and SNK. What's Konami's story? Why did they never make one? Or even if they just made a collection of, one like this for, like, Contra or Castlevania, again, they'd make a killing. I mean, one that I'd really love to see them do, not that they will, but, I mean, even if they did, to be honest, I'd probably buy the game used, because, I don't know, Konami's just, I'm not giving them any more chances. Any of their new games, I just buy them used. Like, except for Metal Gear Survive, that game, like, no. But anything else, like, if there's any games that pique my interest, I'll buy it used, so they don't get any money, but if they, I'd love to see them make a Suikoden collection, which, again, has a sticker on it. I didn't get this at GameStop, I actually bought it on eBay, like, a couple of years ago, but if you're unfamiliar with these games, they're a JRPG where you basically have to form an army, so you recruit over 100 characters. Damn. But the thing is, not all of them fight. One will run a tavern at your castle, another one will run an item shop, etc. Others will just give you advice, things like that, and not all of them, well, some of them you recruit as a natural part of the game, and the others have, like, certain requirements in order for them to join you. And I think, because there's 5 of these games, and I think over time they subtracted the amount of characters you get. Like, I think it became less than 100, but if you have a thing for JRPGs, if you still like JRPGs, still like playing them, the second Suikoden game, it is a masterpiece. You have to play that game. Unfortunately, and you don't have to play the first one, but there are characters, including villains from the first game, that are in the second one. Unfortunately, the second game the physical copy is very expensive. It's just, the disc alone goes for like $100. So your best chance would probably be to play it on an emulator. But again, because of the fact that game is, like, obviously rare, and because it's such a, like I said, it's a masterpiece. Like, I wouldn't exactly call it underrated, because a lot of people love that game and would agree with me that it's like a masterpiece. It's like literally probably one of the best JRPGs ever made. If Konami made like I said, they pretty much suck now, so I don't know if they would, but they totally should. If they made a Suikoden collection, my God, whoa, I almost dropped it. They would make so much money off of that, but I guess that's about it for this segment. Sorry, these are usually pretty short, so until next time, thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you later.